Yay! Well, it's Sunday night, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for Round the Pound. Tonight, I'll be your host. I am Marcus Shadow, and joining me, of course, we have James Phoenix.
Hello, and technically it can be two things, because once a month it's not.
True, but there's no pay-per-view tonight. And also joining me, we have Chriz the Mole.
Ooh, what's up?
And special guest for this week, we have Pew Pew! Pew 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 Pew!
Don't you mean for the month?
Yeah, true, it is the month of
Watch
Pew.
it, in what she says.
No, you had it right the first time.
Ha ha ha!
But yes, we have Pew Pew today. So yes, for the entire month, I think Pew Pew will be joining us. So yay! Woo! Woo! So
Whoa.
This week, because not much really of note happened that we felt discussing, we have come up with a topic, and our topic is 4 franchises across media, TV, movies, books, video games, etc., that have historically been or originally were all male or male protagonist that we'd like to see redone with an all-female cast or female protagonist. And we chose this in celebration of the Ghostbusters being rebooted with an all-female cast and an all-female Avengers team being created by Marvel in their comic continuity. So, let's kick things off with our special guest. Take it away with your first one, Pew Pew.
Pew pew. Alright, well, my first one is, I think, like 10 years ago, possibly like 15 years ago, there was a show called The Zack Files.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the X-Files, except for like kids, like they were like maybe like 15, 16 or something. And I think that'd be cool if they had like another one of that, except an all-female cast, you know, like female teenagers looking around for like paranormal shit, experimenting, you know, ghosts and like other stuff, and from the completely female perspective. I think that'd be really cool because I like that show, but I did not like the guys in there because I felt like they were like trying too hard to be like guys, because they're all about getting this one gaming system, which I am totally for, but then once they got it, it was like, yeah, we got this thing, and I'm like, play it, no, play it. And it's like they just wanted to have it, but they never did anything with it, and they were just guys for the sake of being guys, and have a, you know, like 3-dimensional personality and stuff. So I think it'd be cool if they did that with girls and just, you know, a little bit better acting.
Yeah, you gotta hate females that are completely guys and just 2-dimensional, don't you, Pew?
Fuck off.
I was agreeing with you.
Fuck
What?
off.
How dare you? I was agreeing with you.
Mm-hmm. Sure you are. You aren't insulting me at all.
Well, let's continue on with that theme. Take it away, Chris.
Okay. My one, it's kind of been done a little bit, which I will go into, but I went with, for a TV show, Star Trek. Because while Voyager did have a female captain and a few more females, there was still a shitload of guys. Whereas if you go and compare it to the original Star Trek, there was like 1 female and like all guys. I want to see a whole crew of females in Star Trek going forward, and basically doing a series, because the guys still have Star Treks going on, and there might be a new show in the works that keeps getting rumored. There's the films and shit. Why not let the girls have one of the spin-offs so it can encourage females to get into science fiction a lot more and feel less awkward when they like science fiction? Now, some are like, yeah, we're proud to be geek girls and all this, but you know what I mean? It's not marketed that way. So right. I feel this would be a great opportunity with the audiences going that route to do a female Star Trek. I think that could be cool.
That could be. Well, I considered putting Star Trek on my list, so I'm glad I didn't, because we'll have nice variation here. But yeah, that'd be awesome. What do you think? Oh, Trekkie one over there.
I also had Star Trek on my list.
Fair enough.
So I'll just segue into going next. I also said Star Trek because, pretty much like Mo said, we did have Captain Janeway, and we've seen some good female crew members now and again. Of course, Kira Nerys being the second in command of DS9, Dr. Beverly Crusher, Deanna Troy from Next Gen, Jetsia and Esri Dax, respectively. We've seen some good, strong female cast, 7 of 9. We've seen some good, strong female cast members.
One that's always overlooked is female Spock from Enterprise. 'Cause she was actually really good.
T'Pol, yes, that's true. I haven't seen Enterprise yet, but yes, I heard T'Pol was pretty good.
She was hot.
Yes. She was. There were going to be a lot more involving her. Rumor has that the non-existent 5th season was going to reveal that she was actually part Romulan.
Ah.
Would not surprise me.
But yeah, like I said, she was actually a really good character. She did the role really well, and I liked her.
Yeah. But overall, I agree. It'll be interesting to see a primarily female crew to show that they can do all the stuff that the guys can do, and maybe having like one guy there to serve as a foil. Whether that's as the science officer, security officer, whatever it might be. Have one guy there to serve as a foil, and have the rest be a primarily female crew will be an interesting change to the dynamic to show that the women can be the ones in power and control and can handle that type of thing. Like, I remember the old episodes in the Next Gen episodes where Deanna Troy ended up being in command and then inspired her to go for the commander's exam later in the series. And that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
However, on an interesting note, if you really would like to see something like that with a female crew with one token dude, feel free to go check out some of the IDW's recent Star Trek comics, because they recently did a Abrams swap, an Abrams Trek gender swap Kirk crew comic. Where Kirk and all the crew were turned into women, and Uhura was turned into a dude. He was called Uhuru.
So that is kind of cool, though. I prefer.
Isn't that Galaxy Quest? At
Yeah.
least her turning into a dude thing.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that is kind of cool. Although I will say I'd prefer all original characters and just gender swap.
No, I agree. I was just bringing it up because it was a thing.
It was. It was.
Fair enough. So since we're talking TV, I'll go with my TV one. And I was thinking an all-female A-team would be kind of cool, like Expendables, the TV show, basically. I think that'd be awesome.
I also had that as well. I didn't know that the Expendables existed, but yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Well, it doesn't exist yet, and the rate actress are turning it down. It might not.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that'd be awesome, just having an all-female group of, especially with, compared to when A-Team was created. Nowadays, you're seeing more females in the military, so it's entirely feasible if you make it a modern day style female A-Team. It's entirely possible of having a whole group of, 4 or 5 women who were in the military who were convicted of a crime they did not commit. It's entirely possible. I think it would make for a great story.
Mm-hmm. Although I gotta say, I don't think any women are gonna look over the mohawk.
No one looks good in a
Storm looks
mohawk.
pretty awesome with a mohawk.
Who?
No one looks good in a mohawk.
Storm.
Ever.
Storm. Of the X-Men.
Storm looked okay with the mohawk. It seemed like it was unnecessarily punk for the sake of looking punk.
True.
It was to look post-apocalyptic and stuff with the storylines and stuff involved in it, but it looked pretty good, and women can totally pull off a mohawk.
I just think mohawk looks equally bad for both men and women. I'm not being sexist. It looks bad for everyone.
Yeah, it looks about like I said, it looks the same pretty much on both, but it could be cool.
I'm just completely jaded now, because one time I was going to say a guy had nice hair, and then he got a mohawk, and I'm like, what I basically told him is, your hair looked nice yesterday.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I will say I do like mohawk.
On some people, it looks okay. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure how an all-female A-team story would go. I just think the concept of just having a group of badass chicks from that were in the military able to make the kind of shit that the A-team made and go on these like missions for people.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah. Also, that technically states that there is one point at which mohawks are acceptable, and that's if you're a 10th level mohawk wielding mohawk grenades.
Ha! Mohawk grenade. But yes, back over to the mole.
Indeed.
Are you sure? Are you sure Pew didn't want to go next? Because it sounded
Uh,
like hers was actually Expendables.
Yeah, mine was the
No.
I did say before mine was the similar as Jeff's was pretty much just I was thinking more like just a female kick-ass maybe like assassin team or maybe
Okay.
just a female like bounty hunter team. But like
We
yeah, I
had a
don't know
female
which.
kick-ass. Her name was Hit Girl.
No, that's a fucking little chick who has too much money, Nicolas Cage for a dad, and you should kill yourself if you're in that situation. But
Hey,
but
she was
yeah.
a great character.
She was a great character, and then I don't know. I just didn't like Kick-Ass the movie, so that's a whole other thing. Okay, so yeah, but I was thinking more like independent female group, like of mercs. So I don't know what that's a version of. Like I don't know if there's a version of that anywhere, but yeah, I would love to see a show like that.
Nice. Okay. Then my one for the movies, I went with a movie one, and I don't know what I would name it, but I want to see a Ferris Bueller reboot spin-off where it's Ferris Bueller and Sloane's daughter. Because I'm sorry, the way a girl as a teenager cuts class and what she gets up to will be completely different to him. Like he's all like, "Oh yeah, Corvette," and like crashes the car out the window and all that stuff. The girl wouldn't do that stuff. The girl would want to do other stuff. Maybe she would have similar interests. I'm not saying they can't, but they would try to get more the general populace of the female consensus, which means it would be cool to see more of what the female would do on her day off and seeing a female in the Ferris Bueller role while relaunching Ferris Bueller without people saying, he's not the same Ferris Bueller, even if it's his son.
Mhm.
And I think that'd be pretty cool.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, you could have her like playing hooky to like go to the mall or to go to like I don't know, a fucking One Direction concert or some shit. That'd be hilarious. I'm gonna go to this concert, damn it.
Yeah. And you could, but I was thinking like with Ferris Bueller and stuff where they're like, oh yeah, and they even did the part where they were trying on various stuff. That totally works, where they're like trying on like a fashion show and stuff.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
absolutely. Over to the Phoenix.
All right then. Next on my list, since we're going into the movie territory, I was gonna say my movie for last, but I guess I can do my movie now.
You can do them in any order. I'm literally just reading them in the order I had them written down, is worst to best.
Fair enough. I didn't have them in a particular order.
Nor I. Read them as you would like to read them, Jim.
Okay. All right. Let's see. I already did Star Trek. Let's go with this one was suggested by Chriz the Mole beforehand. A female Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts is a great franchise, but it does tend to focus heavily on the male protagonists, Sora and Riku, while Kairi kind of got shafted and was basically just there to be a token love interest.
No,
Which
she
is
was there to try to convince us that the two, Sora and Riku, weren't gay and weren't trying to didn't have a gay relationship. She was the beard in that whole thing.
Okay then.
That's why she was really there. But yeah, go ahead.
All right then. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that
Yeah.
you were breathing heavily.
Sorry.
Anyway, so effectively, it will be interesting to see a female in that lead role, being chosen to be the Keyblade wielder, how she'd handle that situation, the stress of dealing with the darkness versus the light, reactions to different things, so on and so forth. We have had a taste of that. I've been recently playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, although I haven't gotten there yet because I'm going to be playing her as the third character of the three that you played the story as. They did finally introduce a fully playable female Keyblade wielder named Aqua, who, in addition to being the first playable female Keyblade wielder in the franchise, is also very cool, demonstrated as being overarchingly the calmest, the smartest, and to some extent or another, the most powerful of the three Keyblade wielders in the game, and I thought that was kind of cool. Because Ventus is kind of the young kid, he's kind of new to it, and Terra is powerful, but he's got that darkness. He's like the Riku. He's got that darkness brewing inside of him, and he tends to go raging out of control and disobeys the Master and everything else. Whereas Aqua's the one that the Master trusts, that follows the Master's orders, that preserves the light. She's a talented mage, very good with the magic, so on and so forth. And I'm interested in playing her story after I finish Ventus' story to see how that plays out. It's pretty cool.
My own person, I think she sounds sort of like a Mary Sue.
That's what I was going to say.
She's the smartest, most powerful, most skilled. It's like, oh, so she's perfect at everything. Great.
Well, I didn't say that. I said that Siabat just had the most experience as a wielder. She was the first student under Ericus before the other two, and Ventus is just a kid. Of course, she's going to be better at doing stuff than the kid. Ventus kind of got his spoilers. Ventus got his darkness ripped out, and he was all it is weird. But he's got an immature and whatnot. And Terra is just as talented in combat. He's more of a I'm going to get in the middle of the fray and just bash everything. He's more about the physical combat than the magic. But at the same time, again, he's got that darkness, and he's got that thing where he was easily tricked by Master Xehanort into doing some evil shit that he didn't realize was evil. Even though, let's see, the creepy old bald dude who talks with the deep evil Leonard Nimoy voice is not evil. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
But I'm interested to see one that was maybe have a couple of male counterparts, but having that female protagonist to drive the story and see how that reaction will play out. And again, once I get to the point of playing as Aqua, I'll see how that plays out, a little taste of it. And I know that they are, based on the spoilers at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3DS, they will be making Kairi a playable Keyblade wielder in Kingdom Hearts 3, so that'll be cool too.
And if they did an all-female Kingdom Hearts, Jim, would there be a boss fight with Mulan where she just poses while you chuck barrels at her?
That would be funny. For those of you who don't get that reference, that's how you fight Hercules in the actual game.
That's what I just said. I said, fuck that Hercules fight.
Yeah. That'd be interesting. They could use. They could certainly use a lot of the more actiony female protagonists, Mulan, Pocahontas, even some to a lesser extent, Rapunzel, Tiana. They got into combat a little bit. Even the Frozen characters, but you can work in a lot of those female protagonists that are the action, and then at the same time, you can have some of the less actiony ones in worlds that are featured like the more traditional princesses, like they did in this game, Snow White, Cinderella, so on and so forth. Have them be a little more about interacting with the characters, maybe some puzzle solving, and then have just a generic, bad guy boss show up rather than one directly related to the story. Or do clever things, like for example, when one of the I really liked was clever in the Snow White world. You go. I know you're not going to fight an evil queen because she turned an old lady. What the hell are you going to fight? That would be a terrible boss fight.
I wouldn't have a problem punching an old lady. I'll fucking punch her until teeth pop out.
I'm sure you would, but the fact of the matter is, it would have kind of been an awkward boss fight, at least for the two male characters to fight her. Maybe Aqua fights her. I don't know, but fact of the matter is, awkward. So what they worked out was a cool thing. Ventus doesn't interact with her at all. He fights a generic Heartless and not a Heartless. What do they call him now? The Unversed or the new. Because they have to introduce a new breed of bad guy every time the damn games. Anyway, when Terra interacts with the Evil Queen, because he meets up with most of the villains, she says, "Well, go do this. Go bring me Snow White's heart, and I'll use my magic mirror to help you find the guy you're looking for." And she basically betrays him at the end, and she orders Magic Mirror. She's like, "Magic Mirror, destroy him!" And the Magic Mirror is like, "Unfortunately, this I cannot do. I have no power save answers true." Then you just hear smash. And she's smashed some kind of potion bottle on the mirror, and all of a sudden the mirror's like, oh, that thing starts going, and it sucks, and then you have to fight the mirror guy in the mirror world. It's kind of cool.
Couldn't they have just made her, I don't know, off the top of my head, couldn't they have just made her ride a giant invisible chameleon while she shoots magic?
Ha!
Well, you really hate boss fights from the first game, don't you?
Not just boss fights, the entire first game.
Or not.
In what world did that make sense?
And again, for those of you not in the know, that reference to the fight against Clayton in the Tarzan world known as Dark Jungle, where he's riding a giant chameleon Heartless that starts out invisible and then turns visible, and it makes no damn sense.
Although it would be cool if they did a female Kingdom Hearts, because it'd be cool as well, because they could also go through, say, we've already gone through Sleeping Beauty, yes, but as much as the film was kind of they could go through Maleficent.
Yeah, that'd be easy enough. Okay, there's a magic fight, dragon fight. Yeah, that Maleficent's a perfect villain to fight, and they can also work
No,
at some.
I meant the film itself where she's the good guy.
Oh, the film. Oh, yeah, that would work too. That'd be interesting. I didn't think about that. You can work that. You could also work at some other. It also gives the opportunity because obviously a lot of the Disney did not, aside from the stuff that featured Mickey Mouse and a lot of those characters, up until the purchase of Marvel, Disney didn't have a whole lot of properties outside of certain films like Hercules and Aladdin that had a lot of appeal to boys. A lot of their television properties appealed to girls. But in a female version of Kingdom Hearts, you could easily work that out because you could easily have the character show up in Kim Possible World and go fight Shigo.
Yep.
Or Dr. Dragon, for that matter, I guess. I mean, he got his ass kicked by the girls all the time, so big deal.
To be fair, before they purchased Marvel, they did have stuff that pleased boys. It just wasn't the TV shows, yeah. The
Yeah,
TV
that's what I
shows
said, yeah.
were lacking, but they did have them back in the day as well, because DuckTales, Gargoyles.
Yeah, true. They had girls. I was saying that when I say like Mickey and the characters, I include in.
There he goes.
Okay, so back to the host.
Apparently. Well, what I was gonna say about Kingdom Hearts is I think it'd be kind of cool if you have an all-female Kingdom Hearts. You go into the Aladdin world, you fight through Agrabah, trying to figure out why the hell all the palace guards and stuff seem to not be giving a shit about the people. You get into the palace, find out Jasmine's been corrupted by the Heartless or whatever the hell the enemy of the week is or the enemy of the game is, and you end up having to fight Raja, her tiger. I think that'd be awesome.
That could be cool as well.
But yeah, all right. So
your next one.
So my next one, I went with an all-female Ninja Turtles movie because
My apologies.
Venus.
I was thinking of that.
no actual well, I guess they could do something similar. They could have like Ninja Magic, but because I was thinking, the Turtles franchise is hot, but movie adaptations of the Turtles and just adaptations of Turtles in general hasn't been that good. And it's painfully obvious that a lot of people want to do more.
What do you mean it hasn't been that good? The Nick show's pretty damn good.
Yeah, the cartoon's pretty good, but I'm just saying adaptations in general, like across the board, like through all the adaptations. We've had some good ones, we've had some bad ones, but in general, there hasn't been one that's been, that would satisfy all Turtles fans. And it's also, at least to me, painfully obvious that those who make the adaptations are either basing it off of, heavily basing it off of something that a lot of Turtles fans don't like, speaking of course of the 80s Turtles, or they kind of want to do something, unique. They want to do something original, and it's like, well, with an all-female Ninja Turtles team, you're not beholden to having to try to do something faithful. You could do almost whatever the fuck you want as long as they're ninjas and they're turtles. And I would say set it in New York because that's almost a must. But you could theoretically set it anywhere you want. But I think an all-female Ninja Turtles would be kind of cool because it would allow for that creativity and allow for that originality.
This does bring me to the weird point of how you're gonna do turtle boobs, but because they're gonna have to have boobs, and this makes me think into a very unstructurally weird place. But okay.
Mm-hmm.
They would have the same body as Venus.
I don't know who Venus is.
Ninja Turtles: An Exmutation. It was the Saban-made live-action Ninja Turtles show that was on around the same time as Power Rangers in Space. They had a crossover episode at one point.
How do they do turtle boobs?
Actually, it was on at the same time as Power Rangers Turbo, and it actually slaughtered Power Rangers in the ratings, but it was cheaper to keep Power Rangers than Turtles, so they dropped Turtles, but because of the overwhelming support and how much the new people liked it, they then put it in the series after Turbo, which was Space, which you should technically know. Fair enough.
Anyway, how do they do turtle boobs?
They didn't really.
Oh, that's good. I'm actually glad to hear it. I'm imagining they would thrust
They-
boobs on everything.
They didn't really, because think about Turtles. They don't have boobs.
I know they don't. That's why I said it would look awkward if you created a female turtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually they would try to make them have boobs.
Yeah, they weren't supposed to be that awkward. They basically just slimmed the costume down a little bit, and it pretty much looked about the same as if you would think a female Ninja Turtle would look.
Yep.
I don't know what the fuck a teenage mutant Ninja Turtle female would look, but
Would you like me to get you a photo?
no.
But yeah, that's mine. I thought that'd be kind of cool.
Quite.
It would be. That could be cool.
Maybe have like a female Shredder or something, or you have like you could do
Karai.
something clever and make Karai the main villain.
There you go.
Karai, she was a female Shredder.
Pretty
And
much.
put Karai and have her like have a version of Shredder's armor or something like that, and make her the main villain. That would be cool. But on to Pew.
Okay, my next one was okay. So I think legal think this is weird, but I don't know if they did it in the comic form, but I'm gonna say for comics, the female Flash. Have they never done a female Flash? I don't know if they have, but I haven't heard of any. I've heard of female Thor. I've heard of female possibly somebody else, but female Flash.
Strictly speaking, the Flash as you know the Flash has never done as a female Flash, but as you'll see when I start getting either from the library, in the future of Batman and Beyond, the Flash of that time is a girl.
Okay, because I don't know any female Flash. So,
Also, Lego Batman 3.
I haven't gotten that far yet.
yeah, so.
She should be unlocked from the get-go. There's like a little, I think, but there's like a little female. She looks like Batgirl, but she's all in red and can run like the Flash because they let people design their own character, and that's what a load of the people came. That's what like one of the kids or something came up with. So they included it in the game as a brand new character.
Woo!
Okay then, fair enough.
I like to see a female Flash more, out there, less obscure. I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. That character was awesome though, because in addition to the super speed, she had fire abilities. So when you ran, you left a trail of fire.
Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not really seeing how that happens, but sure.
Go with it, why not?
Think Human Torch with super speed? I don't know.
But wouldn't he also leave, I don't know, fire instead of thunderbolts or whatever?
Logically speaking, depending on what her shoes are made out of, when she runs at super speed, the sheer friction could produce a spark and heat to generate a fire.
Yeah, but then she'd be on fire, and she'd be like, holy fuck, I'm on fire, and
Yeah,
have to jump in water.
But she's running faster than what the fire would be producing because it'd be left from her steps. So as she's going, it'd be like, doom.
Yeah. That's why most of the Flashes people think about like Barry Allen and Wally West were costumes that specifically are designed with material that prevents friction so that they can run it at ridiculous speeds and not catch fire.
I don't know. I've seen Barry Allen run. I've seen the first 2 episodes of The Flash, and he's running a lot in his regular clothes, and they're not tearing off, and I'm complaining. God damn it. This doesn't make sense. You better be naked when he fucking runs that fast.
Now. The Flash TV series does not exist to fulfill your wet dreams, Pete.
I'm just saying, why have the suit if he doesn't really need it?
Mole, would you like to try to inject some logic into this?
No, when she watches the show, she'll understand more about why the suit works and how it functions within that show.
Fair enough.
I get how the suit works, but if the clothes don't tear off or burst into flames or at least get a little roughed up or whatever as well, might as well just give him a Bluetooth and he's all set.
Yeah,
And a mask.
But as you've noticed, when he's in his regular clothes, he can't run as fast.
This is also true.
He is limited, but yes.
Fair enough. Moly.
My next one would be a spin-off game.
Mm-hmm.
Amy the Hedgehog.
There you go.
Because she was fucking awesome to play as in Sonic Adventure and stuff, where she had her fucking PQ hammer thing, where it's like smash. And she plays differently to Sonic, so it wouldn't be a case of, oh, you're just playing as a female Sonic. She's an interesting character. She's one of my favorites from Sonic. Her and Knuckles are my 2 favorites. To the point where it's like, I kind of want to see her get her own game. She kind of deserves one. I mean, Tails has had a game. Knuckles has had a game. Where's Amy's?
Shadow had a game.
And for that matter, where's Big's game? I want to have more Big and Frog adventures. Come on.
Yeah, people don't like that. But yeah, Shadow got a game because unlike Big, he was actually popular. But yeah, it was a case of...
Oh.
I want to see Amy's game. I want to see Amy get her game. She's been there since arguably what people would consider the original era of Sonic, because some people because basically it goes obviously from all the way up to like Sonic CD-ish era, which she was introduced in Sonic CD. She looked different, but she was there. She was one of the originals. People can't take that away from her. And yeah, she was an awesome character to play through with Sonic Adventure. She had a great story. Sonic Adventure 2, she was fun. Sonic Heroes, she was fun. I just want to see her get her own game. I'd totally buy an Amy the Hedgehog game.
Mm. Now watch, just to piss you off, they'll make one with that squirrel chick instead.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't hate the Squirrel Chick.
Fair enough. I thought you mentioned not liking the squirrel chick.
No, I mentioned the fact that she was new. I didn't mention not liking it because I haven't seen Sonic Boom yet to judge her.
Fair enough.
I also like most. Actually, I don't think I hate any of the female characters in Sonic. I even like Cream.
Okay then.
She's like a little rabbit with basically like a female tail. She uses her 2 ears to fly.
Ah, nice.
There's also Rouge the Bat, which is like a Knuckles. It's pretty cool. I'd like to see a female. Like I said, I'd like to see Amy the Hedgehog the game. But back to Marcus.
Fair enough. Over to Feeny.
Feeny?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No, they already did a female Boy Meets World.
True. Let's see here. What else I got? Here's an interesting concept. Pew might like this one. This would be something that would get both be a fun game and that she might enjoy it more, given that the character in the game might be more similar to her than the typical girly girls you get in a lot of properties. And that's that.
You've
made
Lobotomy the game?
Ah. But I'm too far from the sound effect controls. Anyway, no, female protagonist in a Grand Theft Auto game.
Nice.
That'd be interesting.
All the protagonists in Grand Theft Auto games have been dudes thus far, and I understand why, because ridiculous violence.
It's called Saints Row.
Yeah, well, yeah. But in all fairness, that's like in the Matrix at this point.
At this point, and I was only making a joke, but in the Saints Rows that were like GTAs, you can design your own character. You can make a female.
I don't know.
However, I really do want a female protagonist in GTA. I think that would be great instead of the typical cliched ones.
Mm.
Yeah, I know it will be interesting to see. Now, I understand the concerns there because it's the same reason the WWE won't let you do cross-gender matches in their games, because the ESRB has a thing about women and violence in games and tends to throw very high M ratings on that shit. But given that's Grand Theft Auto, that really wouldn't stop them. But the fact of the matter is, it'll be interesting to see a female protagonist, because the female protagonist would have a wide variety of different problems to deal with in a Grand Theft Auto-style world than a dude does.
She would, and I would also make the case that the age rating thing shouldn't bother them, because in GTA 5 you can make a female for the online portion.
That's true. That's true.
So, it's weird there's not been a female protagonist.
Yeah, yeah.
Woo!
So yeah, female Grand Theft Auto would be fun to see. All the, see how a woman deals with different situations. Different problems they had to deal with. Getting dudes constantly, dudes propositioning her, or maybe she has to go on missions where she has to, like there's always that proclamation of the hookers and stuff. Like maybe she has to pose as a hooker to get information from a dude, and then she kills him or something.
Can she use a minigun to shoot a whole load of people and then scream, "I'm hardcore"?
Yes, she can.
Can there be a mission, at least until we have a girl one, where a guy poses as a prostitute and then tries to get information?
Again, Saints Row.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm partly kidding, but yeah, in Saints Row, I think it was free. Pierce did that.
That's right.
Okay then.
Oh, that was terrible.
He posed as like a male, like gimp sex slave thing in like a fetish club. It was epically hilarious.
Mm.
Oh, is that the mission where you have to go get the guy out of that club to join your posse?
Yes.
Oh,
And,
dear
like,
God, I remember that.
And you got like pony girls as like a fucking like chariot style thing that when you shoot them and they topple over, blow up like a car, which is in itself is epic.
Yes.
And they've also done that in Saints Row the 4th as well, which is funny.
That guy was hilarious, but he annoyed the shit out of me because he always spoke with a microphone. He always had the old, like, classic 80s style microphone complete with, like, the bar that it sits on. So he's literally walking around with, like, an 80s rock microphone, and he speaks through it, and his voice is all synthesized.
Nice. Let us not forget that in San Andreas, CJ had a gimp suit unlocked that he had to wear to please one of his girlfriends that he was dating.
Nice. Which, yeah, you have that to look forward to as well, Jim, when you get Saints Row 4, because you do get to replay through stuff like that, and there's even a giant BDSM-themed DLC where the guy sits on a dildo version of the Game of Thrones throne.
Okay.
Is that Enter the Dominatrix?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. But just female Grand Theft Auto, it would be very interesting to see how that played out, because hell hath no fear like a woman scorned, and considering how often people get scorned in Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah, but the reason I haven't done a female protagonist is the same reason I haven't done an Asian one. They can't drive.
Oh.
I see what you did there.
Boom! I just insulted 50% of this call.
Very nice.
Yeah, so, sticking with the video game theme, next one on my list is a Phoenix Wright video game with a female protagonist. Because I think that'd be awesome, and I'd like to see what kind of special abilities they come up with for a female protagonist.
Especially if she hangs out with little boys all the time. It would be so great. Just
See,
like Phoenix Wright with girls.
See, when he says that, in my head, I'm hearing the Ally McBeal theme song.
No, but I'm just imagining like a female pedophile instead of a male pedophile.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. Ally McBeal was fucking awesome. I would totally buy a game if they told me I could play as like an Ally McBeal. I would so buy that game.
And they kind of have set up a way to do it now, because in the latest game, which was it's on the 3DS and it's a network game only, it's a marketplace game only, but called Dual Destinies, where they introduce a younger female character that joins Phoenix Wright's, law firm agency thing, and she's, fresh, just got barred fresh out of the, out of law school and whatnot, so she actually is a lawyer. But thus far, and I've only done one case, and I'm in the middle of the second one. Thus far, you haven't had to do a case as her, and I don't think you will, because this game is the return of Phoenix Wright as the main character, so you're primarily playing as him. And with the Dual Destinies thing, the other character you're playing as is Apollo Justice. But because she is a lawyer, I could totally see her becoming a main character, a main protagonist, like in the next game.
I could see that. That could be cool. And I will say to you, Marcus, just because I know you can agree with this, a female Phoenix, isn't that Stacy?
Ha!
Fuck you.
One Night in Phoenix Part 2. But yeah, and then before any of the Phoenix Wright fans out there say it, yes, I know I think it's the second game. It's one of the first three games you actually get to play as Mia for like a case, or like half a case. But number one, it wasn't an entire case. Number two, she had no powers. So yeah, if you're I want a main protagonist that's female with powers.
And number three, it would be called Phoenix Wright. If you were doing a female one, logically she'd get top billing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's over to Pew. Pew pew.
This is similar to the show I was talking about, but a female Assassin's Creed game. It just all sets it's basically turning my Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, where Ezio was the pimp, and he had all 10 of his female assassins following him. Well, this one, the female assassins are the leaders. And pretty much, in the game you just play as a female assassin. And I know there's other ones like Liberty or non-console or non-mobile console ones, but I want a fucking full-out console, not portable console, Assassin's Creed game.
But you can't get a female Assassin's Creed game. According to Ubisoft, the engine can't handle it.
Wait, what?
And yes, that literally made me facepalm. That made me facepalm and giggle. one of the reasons they'd given at one point of not doing a female for Assassin's Creed Unity was because the engine wouldn't be able to handle it because they'd have to do boob mechanics and stuff like that.
You don't have to have boob mechanics and all the fucking layers they wear. No one would be able to see it anyway. Like, they have the fucking assassin robes. That was just basically saying, I have no brain, I think with my dick. Next question.
No, that was them trying to come up with some reason so people would go, oh, okay, we can respect that. You tried, but...
No, that's just them being assholes.
But it actually comes across as, wait a minute, boob mechanic? Why do we want a boob mechanic unless that's one of our fucking ways of killing someone?
Yeah, what are you guys trying to make? Assassin's Creed volleyball?
Yeah.
The only way is that someone stares at my boobs and then I fucking kill them by stabbing them in the nuts.
Oh, is that why you broke up with your boyfriend?
Oh, fuck off.
And I have to say, staring at boobs and then getting killed, that's how I want to die.
And also, it'd be totally okay if your boyfriend stared at your boobs, because that's kind of like, your relationship. That's totally fine. Now, if some other dude was staring at my boobs, that wouldn't be okay.
That would not be okay because if my boyfriend was staring at my boobs, I'd have a boyfriend.
No, I'm saying if some other guy, if I was in a relationship and some other dude was staring at my chest, I'd be like, dude, move the fuck on.
Hey, to be fair, your boyfriend, if you had a boyfriend and another guy stares at your chest, he should be flattered. It's like if you have a car.
Oh,
and
fuck off!
Another man comes up to him and says, that's a nice model of car. You're like, yes, thank you. He's the one that gets to drive that. He gets to enjoy that, but he still gets to go nice to his friends and get a high five.
Fuck off. No, that's not how that works.
That's exactly how that works.
No,
Indeed.
it's not.
Marcus agrees.
All the guys who are alone, sure, you can have imaginations.
I would make a case of, okay, so who here is in a relationship right now?
I just got out of one, so that doesn't even count.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, we got Assassin's Creed Sisterhood. We got it. Moving on.
Oh, I don't want to be a sisterhood. Fuck the other people. I just want to be like me as a female assassin.
Yeah, I was going to say, not Sisterhood. You wanted actual Assassin's Creed, because Brotherhood was one of the worst games.
Yeah,
but...
I want, just me. I don't want, a whole bunch of traveling pants and shit,
Yeah,
Assassin's Creed Pubot Knows Pain?
Which, to be fair, logically speaking, a female Assassin's Creed would totally work. Yeah. The games themselves lend themselves to both boys and girls, because there's a heavy girl members who are playing that game to the point of the outcry. Jokes aside, it makes perfect sense.
And there was a female assassin on the council here who totally said to the other guys that I should be an assassin or whatever. So she's on the council, so I'm just saying there's female assassins already, okay, in the game, so just fucking make them playable.
The worst part is when you go to load in, when they tease where you press X first, and that's the only assassin you're playing as during Unity. On those 12 squares, there's at least one or two females.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, and under Uplay, you can even download a female one for the companion app, and I'm like, you don't get what people are after.
That's just taking the piss now. Hey, I have this. Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's like a Dragon Age. You want Morgan? Oh, you didn't say you wanted a playable Morgan. It's like... Oh, fuck
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan.
Morgan,
yeah. As I said, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan, not Morgan.
As I said, Morgan.
Fair enough. Morgan.
Now Mole knows how we feel. On to the Mole.
And I went with Back to the Future. Because you could easily... Yeah, movie. Because you could easily do Marty and Jen's daughter and use Marty at least as a cameo as the doc role to launch it. People wouldn't complain people wouldn't complain as much because you're not just rebooting it and making everyone female because you can. You're doing it because there's actually a story there. And I'm sorry, how the daughter interacts and sees the world and what she wants to do in the future, the past, is very different to what he would want to do, not just because of the times, but also because of the sexual, because of her sex and stuff like that. Which that'd be great.
I don't know. I mean, Marty McFly's daughter was still played by Michael J. Fox.
She was, but to be fair, that future will have been erased.
This is true.
But I still think it would be cool to see because, like I said, I just think all the aspects of the time it is right now with very different stuff, the fact you got a female person in charge, it would make it different enough, but it would still be Back to the Future. That it would really work. Like with like with a girl and today's technology, you can totally play up the whole iPhones and stuff like that. Because teenage girls always texting and doing stuff like that, it would work. Plus, he wanted to be in a band. A lot of girls nowadays want to go on stuff like X Factor and American Idol and stuff like that to be pop stars like a Hannah Montana. Not saying to make her Hannah Montana, but you could always try and make her a singer of a band, and it would work.
That would work, yeah, that'd be interesting. Although I feel like if you're going to do that, you would also need a well-known and liked older female actress to be a female version of the Doc. I think it would have Marty in the cameo. Maybe Marty passes technology on to like a friend that he works with or something, and she serves as the Doc for the episode, for the movie. I think that'd be a little better.
It could do. I just thought it'd be nice to see Marty pass the torch, but having another Doctor, having another
I just
Doc
feel like it would be a good opportunity to have a female character come in and be zany and eccentric. I'm just trying to figure out who you would get for that.
Yeah.
My first instinct is what's her name that played Professor Trelawney in the Harry Potter movies.
Well, Betty White.
She could work. I could actually see her, like, because she kind of looks like a female Doc Brown, just right there, you know, with the glasses and the hair and shit.
Yeah, I cannot remember. That's Emma Thompson, isn't it? I think it's Emma Thompson.
I think that's her name, yeah.
Marcus, help me out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be.
Betty White would work.
As long as they don't.
Betty White would be funny too, but as long as Betty White can barely move.
Yeah, like I said, as long as they don't pull the crap with the film where they try to do the same types of jokes for today. Because I don't want to see his daughter suddenly going, oh yeah, and shaking her ass on stage, and it's like, oh Miley, you know that inappropriate dance that's going to ruin your career you've been looking for? Get a load of this as he holds up his phone.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
There you go.
But like I said, I just thought it'd be cool. So back to Marcus.
Yeah, if you wanted to do kind of like an in-joke with the tech and stuff for the new Doc Brown, you could always go with someone like Sigourney Weaver.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, she
Like,
could.
don't worry, I've seen tech like that before.
I don't get it.
Like, and especially if you're doing since it's going to be Back to the Future, you could throw in something along the lines of, "What do you mean you've seen before?" It's like, well, yeah, but I have, but of course it hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah. Or if you wanted a crazy female who would be like a Doc Brown, someone I would cast, which isn't an obvious choice straight away, but I'd go with Lisa Kudrow.
That would actually be really good. Yes.
Yeah, but Jim, the in-joke I was going for, look at my image on Skype.
Checking. I can't. The combo's not up.
Alien.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Why the hell would you show us your crotch, dude?
Suck it.
But yes, I got that. I figured it was an Alien reference, but I just didn't know if there was something specific you were referencing. Oh, I've seen this technology. I didn't know if there was like an angel or something similar in Alien that was similar to the DeLorean or something.
I thought he was making a joke about Avatar.
Oh, that's right. She was in Avatar. I forgot about that. I was actually thinking the other in-joke would be Ghostbusters, because she would have seen like the technology that Peter created with like Ray and Egon. Considering she was fucking the guy.
She was fucking him after it was created.
True, but after that she would have seen the technology still.
We have the technology.
Yep.
It's like I once had a nuclear accelerator strapped to my back. I think I got this.
True. Although I will make the joke of just because you see technology doesn't mean you know how it works. Example, a thermos. Part of me always wonders, It keeps hot stuff hot, cold stuff cold. How does it know? What if I was to pour coffee and ice cream in? Would it stay cold and hot?
Wow. Wow.
I really hope you're joking.
I am joking.
Okay.
Oh god. I almost hear Jim choke or something. I'm like, how does it know? And that's Jim. What the fuck?
Speaking of Jim, over to the Choke Master.
Okay then.
Is that Shockmaster repackaged?
Yes.
Anyway. Hang on, let me get my horrible dubbed Arn Anderson voice. Anyway. The last thing on my list, because we're rounding out the end here.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the first one that I thought of when I was trying to think of things like that. I don't know if the rest of you have seen this movie, so I'm not sure if you'll understand, but maybe you will. An all-female Mystery Men.
I have totally seen Mystery Man. I keep referencing it to you all the time. I like that film.
I have not.
Basically,
I'm not-
Mystery Men, it's a movie that's based on a comic book series,
Mm-hmm.
and effectively the concept, it's like Kick-Ass without the violence and funnier.
Okay, because Kick-Ass wasn't all that funny, and violence was meh.
Think of it as a parody on superheroes.
Okay.
It's basically a parody of superheroes. The premise of the film is that there's a bunch of people who have some really terrible superpowers, have to team up and stop a bad guy after the actual superhero gets taken out of the picture. But they're like a bunch of misfits, and it's kind of hilarious. They're led by Ben Stiller, whose powers he supposedly has super strength, but they're not really sure if he has super strength. And like freaking Hank Azaria, who throws forks at people, and there's William H. Macy, who hits people with.
How would he see?
I know. William H. Macy, who hits people with the shovel because he's the shoveler. That's a great character. But anyway, they only have one. They had this whole team of like 8 or 9 people, and there was only one chick on the whole team. It was Janine Garofalo as the bowler. She was hilarious in that movie. And
She was.
having a whole team of like just comedy females in that type of thing, where they're just okay, and they can even decide to make them a superhero with a terrible superpower that would never make it on a team, and they would be just a hilarious group of people, and it would just be funny as hell. Like you can even spin it off, have Janine Garofalo come back to lead it as the bowler, and then have like she's forming a new superhero team, but it's an all-woman team.
Yep, and I did love a few things. Like, I loved the power to turn invisible, but only if no one's looking at you. And
Maybe you want to put some shorts on or something if you want to keep fighting evil today.
yeah, I also loved her father's deaths, where she's found it really conspicuous. She found it really suspicious when the police ruled it as an accident when he accidentally fell down an elevator shaft onto some bullets.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
That's a great line.
Accidental.
Yeah. That's a great line. And any point in the movie at which Hank Azaria attempts to explain why he's the Blue Raja when he doesn't wear blue.
Yes. I need to rewatch that film. We should review that sometime.
We should. That was a great movie.
But when will we review it? It's a mystery.
Exactly. But if you have a chance to go check out, because I know some people complain about the movie saying that it didn't quite live up to the comics, because comics had a lot more members in it and it was a little bit darker, whereas the movie they turned more into a comedy. But
it did.
Yeah,
but
great movie. I think sorry, yes, Mo?
I was going to say it did, but I will make the case sometimes that works, because sometimes the concept, it's so small and stuff like that, but it's like, okay, maybe making it completely different works, like The Mask. I love The Mask comics.
Mask was great.
I would love a film like The Mask comics were, but making The Mask how it was with Jim Carrey made it a household name, and it was awesome. Whereas other times it doesn't, as like Marcus mentioned,
like
80s Turtles.
Yeah, like Son of the Mask.
Yeah, or like I said, like Marcus mentioned before, like 80s Turtles sort of ruined what the Ninja Turtles concept and everything about it was. At least The Mask sort of kept true to the heart, while
yeah,
completely different.
Because the Mask movie, yeah, it was basically they turned it into a vehicle for Jim Carrey's zany comedy, but it was still kind of dark.
Yep. Because to be fair, when you've got a guy who can turn himself into a comic or into a cartoon character, who better than Jim Carrey, who's pretty much a live-action cartoon?
Pretty much. That's an interesting comparison people have always made with that too. And it especially came up with the passing of the late Robin Williams too. Is that people had always, because those two had always kind of been compared a little bit, and they were always up for a lot of the same roles in the past. And it was interesting. They were always the two of them were always compared to cartoon characters, specifically in the way they acted, mentioning that while Jim Carrey was your Daffy Duck, he was your zany, bounce around, act like a crazy person, and that cartoon character. Whereas Robin Williams was more your Bugs Bunny character. He was a cartoon, but he was a smart cartoon that outsmarted everybody, and that laughed about it, and because he could, there's like a little smarts and being able to pull stuff out of nowhere and everything else. That was like his type of thing. So
Also, one of them was good without doing drugs.
Yeah, it's like.
But which one?
Yeah, it's like the
Robin
other.
Williams.
It's
He
like
was young. He was
like
the
there
one
was a
who
few-
did drugs and was only funny when he was high.
Yeah, but it's like there's a few people who are great in those types of roles, like Steve Martin, or in my opinion, the best one of being a live-action cartoon is Mr. Bean.
I was gonna say you're gonna say Mr. Bean. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rowan
Rowan
Atkinson is
Atkinson.
awesome.
If you've seen him in Blackadder, Mr. Bean and stuff, he can be really serious and snarky in fucking Blackadder, or he can be a complete cartoon character in Mr. Bean, and you buy that he's a cartoon character. It's like, you'll see him like, oh, okay, he can't get a signal on his TV, so he's stripping down naked and positioning his clothes on a seat where, if they're there, it suddenly makes the aerial go. It's a stupid concept, but you're like, that's hilarious, because he's like a cartoon, which is why fuck you for making an actual cartoon of it, because that that just ruins it. No.
Leslie Nielsen is another actor who's great at doing that.
He was great at doing that. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's had a lot of, like, serious roles, and he's a really good serious actor. But then you watch something like Naked Gun, and you're like, holy fuck, dude. What are you doing?
Yeah. I should point out, Marcus, you should be watch your tenses there.
Oh?
That should be past tense. He's dead.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
They have cartoon ghosts.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I think one of them was in a terrible Scooby-Doo ripoff.
Ha!
But yeah, he was great at that.
He was. I liked Leslie Nielsen.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Nielsen was good too. And yeah, Steve Martin is also great at being that, as long as he has a good script to work with, because, yeah, Pink Panther.
Eugene Levy was always fun.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's the same with anyone. Like for example, when you mentioned Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, I will give to you cough Popeye and cough Ace Ventura. Two.
I'll say two. Okay, that's justified.
Yeah, the first one was good. The second one, not so much. It's like Jim Carrey in some of his comedy roles, when he tries to do this stuff, isn't always funny. I will give him that. I mean, like, I fucking hate the Cable Guy. His film Cable Guy, I hate that film. That film is terrible. I don't know if you guys watched that with him.
I have not.
With him
I've
in
never
Cable
heard of
Guy.
it.
I've heard of it. Cable Guy.
Yeah, Cable Guy and Dumb and Dumber. But Cable Guy is terrible.
I seen Dumb and Dumber and I hate that, but some people like it.
You should totally watch Cable Guy.
How about no, since you just said it was the worst thing ever?
Which means you're by 5.
What the oh, fuck you, I see what you're doing there.
Thank
And
you.
I don't even know where they came from. I only bought 2, or 3 possibly, but I definitely did not buy 4, and I don't know how they got here.
I was kidding, Pew. I wasn't kidding, Jim. But no, we have fun here.
We do. Marcus, I believe you had the last one.
I do. Let's close this out. My final one on the list is a video game. And I'd like to see a Castlevania video game with a female Belmont.
Okay.
Because they've had female protagonists, which sucked ass. but they have not had a female Belmont. I want to see a female Belmont. I don't know if you'd have her go up against Dracula. You might eventually, maybe in like the second game, but I'm thinking like the first one, and maybe as the recurring villain, the rival for your female Belmont could be like one of Dracula's wives or Dracula's daughter or something like that.
Technically speaking, we had a female Belmont because Simon was in that game.
Ha!
Nice.
We actually made that joke earlier before when we were talking about Simon and vampires.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd like to see a female Belmont. I think that'd be kind of cool, because there was nothing in the lore that said that the Belmont vampire hunter always had to be male.
There was not.
There was not.
So yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Especially now with the, I guess, semi-controversy of people wondering if the next person in line, in the Link line for Legend of Zelda, is going to be female. It's like, well, they never said the hero who carries the bloodline of Link has to be male.
That's what I said, but people get very angry at that. And while I do understand it, I wouldn't think it's too far off since Link looks like a female anyway.
Yeah. I would make the case with Legend of Zelda. While they didn't say it, we've had how many games and it's always been Link.
Yeah.
Changing it now is fucking stupid.
True.
But I thought they were female protagonists. Weren't they all Zelda?
They were.
Fuck off.
But yeah, female Belmont in a Castlevania game, I think that'd be awesome.
Fair enough.
So there you have it, our list of 4 apiece things we'd like to see done as all-female or female protagonist in media. Let us know what you thought of our opinions and decisions. Let us know what you would like to see done as an all-female spin-off or reboot or what have you. You can let us know in the comments below or on the board. And until next week on the next Around the Pound, I've been your host, Marcus Shadow. Thank you all for joining me. This was fun.
Indeed. And join us, I believe it's is it next week that we are doing the movies that were turned into cartoons?
That is coming up this month.
I can't remember if that was next week or the week after.
I think that's the last week, because I think we have 2 Amazon pilots first.
That's right. Yes, there's also Amazon pilot.
Also, that gives you time to do all the Mummy stuff before we get round to that, so you can do the Mummy TV show.
True. Yes, stay tuned for the forthcoming Around the Pounds. We will be covering our Amazon pilots for Amazon Pilot Month. There's a lot of them this time, 13 pilots, so we'll be doing groups of them in each video. There'll be 3 videos in total. And yes, 1 week on the 15th, we will be covering the Amazon pilots Cocked, Salem Rogers, Down Dog, and what is it? Man in the
High Castle.
Man in the High Castle. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, that's written down. The Man in the High Castle with Stacy.
Oh, fuck off.
Indeed.
That's how it says it on my schedule. The Man in the High Castle with Stacy.
Yeah.
But before that, on Thursday night, we'll have the second episode of The Final Countdown with James Phoenix, top 5 cereal mascots. So be on the lookout for that.
Indeed.
Until then, have a good night, everybody.